Hey there everybody, I am Ynsin and welcome back to Stasis Bone Totem. This game has been on my mind for a wee while. To memory, we got a little bit stuck. I think we just activated this and that was the last thing we did. It's been a few days since I have played this. I know that's not going to translate very well to a playlist on YouTube, but it seems like we have powered up this here sentry gun. That is the last thing I remember doing. We've got target data, no target data. Because we fiddled around so much in here, we probably want to go ahead and check out maybe Mum? Because I think Mum was caught between a rock and a hard place. That's right, she was in this ritual room, and she was right in front of this elevator panel, which, that's now powered. I don't remember this being powered. Also, there's a QR code that I'm literally just about to scan. It really loves its QR codes, doesn't it? It won't scan. Okay, well, I tried. We do have this powered security implant. Do we just use this here? We do. I think that's the fastest I've ever figured something out in this game. That was a magnet symbol. Bear's got the magnet, doesn't he? Let's give it to Mum. What do we need to use this for? That was easy. I don't even know what I did and it worked. Okay, this is a completely different area. There are body bags! Oh no, putrid excretions have stained the canvas sheets.
Oh, Jesus. I got 2 more bodies here.
Like the ones upstairs?
No, these are worse. And they're in body bags.
I'm getting really close to calling this Charlie.
I don't understand why you would call this Charlie. I don't think the name of this game is Charlie whatsoever. I think it's Bone Totem.
What the hell? This isn't an oil rig, Mac. It's some kind of lab.
Yeah, I see it. It explains why there's no AIS. Yeah. They're operating off the grid out here.
But why?
Is that an alien?
Mac, look at this. It looks ancient. Like a fossil.
And not human either. I like this place less and less.
It kind of looks like the guy from Megamind. Maybe Megamind died down here and that's actually what we're looking at. This is not the game that I remember whatsoever. I remember this being kind of like Ghost Ship plus Alien. And now I'm looking at an alien laboratory. There's a report on skeleton over here. This is 180 or 1800, hard to say. That is definitely some kind of alien skeleton. That's just the common Martian shape of the skull right here. Around 1400 millimeters tall, body is riddled with insect bite marks. While not redacted, the subject has several residual, but most notable, none of this makes any sense. Oh, here's the insect that bit him. It is an alien. Okay, room dividers. A row of transparent dividers separates this room from the next. While they do little to bar entry, they convey that only those with valid credentials or equipment are permitted beyond. Well, I actually have a screwdriver. Let's try and use that. No, nothing. Can we just go around it? I think we can. Padded surface, we can just go around it. Both the walls and floor are covered in thick padding, presumably to offer protection to any valuable or fragile items of interest brought in for study. Unfortunately, leaking water has soaked into the padding and the sounds and sensation of walking across are not pleasant. What the hell is this? What game is this?
What in Kane is that?
I don't know. Whatever it is, it's ancient. And doesn't have anything to do with Kane.
Okay, so we've gone from Alien to Prometheus, I imagine. There's some documents over here. Anything else? Yeah, there's some X-ray slides. Let's go to these first. I'm more interested in the I heard a bass drop. More interested in these X-ray slides than anything else. Okay, so it seems like maybe they were asleep in some kind of crypto casket? Cryogenically frozen or something? Closed, I can't read that. What is that? 4568866XXC? And there's another bunch of numbers over here, God knows why. Probably sciencey things for the sake of sciencey things. What else we got? We have a desk, various documents and scrawled notes blanket proportions of the workstations, otherwise populated by a collection of archaic occult textbooks, academic journals, and digital cassettes. Not digital cassettes! A cage of carved bone wraps around the black monolith of unknown origin. What else we got? A genetic sequencer, what the hell? Let's look at these documents first. Maybe they'll tell us what to do.
Look at these drawings.
I like these. They are pretty.
You and I have very different definitions of pretty, Bear.
Yeah, well, good thing the bear isn't gonna hit on Mum then. 09. I think that's an 809, maybe. We have only found on, okay, so we have no idea what the hell this thing actually is. All right, well, we'll keep that in mind. What is this thing? Genetic sequencer. That is, oh my god. It's a heart inside of a microwave. What? What is this? What am I looking at? It seems like we need a disc. What else do we need to interact with? Keypad over here. And just the disc. Okay. We don't have a disc, do we? No, I don't think we do. We only have a straightened rod and a screwdriver. So we got nothing in here. I have no idea what this game is trying to tell us right now. Carved disc. Disc. A carved disc. A large coin-shaped disc dominates this side of the room. The quality with which the stone has been sculpted suggests it was made with modern-day equipment, though the numerous symbols emblazoned on the surface do not resemble any glyphs you recognize. No. Is it demonic? Is it alien? Probably both, honestly. I'm wondering if the story to this is kind of like, you know, they accidentally opened a portal to hell. There's also a PDA over here. Maybe we can get some context out of this. A crumb of context, please? Whose is this? K. Elspis, biochemist. This is the crazy lady who kept on splicing her DNA into the food and then feeding everybody on board with that food. Absolute creepy behavior. I hate her already. I'm slowly growing accustomed to my condition following the unfortunate incident. In many ways, the noose hanging over my head has sharpened my intuition and emboldened my drive. I'm beginning to accept that it was a necessary catastrophe that allowed me to push beyond my previous capabilities. Okay then, whatever floats your boat. The downside is that I have no one to consult on scientific matters. The other research staff here dawdle in minor work, while the rest are goons trained only in manual labor. My closest peer is the occult expert Baron, who I don't think we've seen yet. Still, we are forbidden from addressing him directly or making eye contact, which is a ludicrous authoritarian move. Great, she's a commie. Still, even in isolation, I have ideas. I've been thinking about how I can turn this curse of mine into a boon. I'm curious to see how it would affect the other biomatter. Watching the cook sit at the edge of the platform and fish gave me an idea of where I could find suitable test samples. The food we feed everybody, that'll do it. Great. I may not have access to that sexy mule research. Mule is just lab, by the way, it's a mobile lab. But my position affords me some perks, including shared samples. I've been analysing a fascinating sample from Alpha's old Sheila project. Based on the generated model, its vestigial organs appear to have no use. The eyes were hollow sacs of fluid and the legs were of different sizes. But Sheila is not the only holy grail. It is merely an evolutionary stepping stone. The Tupedius 139 nailed it. Is our salvation, but it remains beyond my grasp as a mere Cain supplicant. Message to Kurt Darren, we know him. This is the first guy who we found. I think he was upstairs and I think he's dead. Mr. Darren, while I understand that proper procedure must be followed, your ignorance threatens my research and well-being. Unfortunately, corporate is currently preoccupied with organizing the Omega construction, so I'm forced to debase myself by going through you to obtain my injections. I hate you. Don't confuse these for some farcical dietary supplements. Without them, the nanites in my blood would corrode my bones to the point of shattering, after which the same nanites would perpetually rebuild the shards into increasingly hideous forms. It is not a pleasant experience, nor one that correlates with a long life expectancy. If my calcium injections aren't on the next shipment, I will ensure that your contract is terminated and your mother is thrown to the gutters. Label these as the highest priority. My life and your continued employment depend on it. I bet she's real fun at parties. She seems like a revolting person, honestly. Personal law. I don't mean to gloat, but my work has yielded impressive results. The introduction of my nanites has revived cells within the bone marrow samples, and they continue to divide at a healthy rate. Moreover, the resultant growth continues to expand exponentially. It will soon be complex enough to allow for an initial biological analysis of the retrieved corpses. I managed to synthesize my very own PS-139, Jesus Christ, I'm only up to the PS4, from the remains brought here for Baron. Watching the bioculture mature fills me with pride and relief. It will mark my milestone achievement, one of the few I've managed since we first arrived chasing these signals. I also admit to some dark pleasure in knowing that I was right to say, despite Dr. Al-Kabor's attempts to replace me with Dr. Yamada. Unfortunately, although predictably, others are covetous of success. Due to shifting scope, the experiment of all relevant documentation will be reallocated and escalated. Baron will be taking ownership and the sample will be moved down to his lab. I doubt I'll get credit beyond a footnote. Fortunately, owing to my meticulous work purposes, I have copies of my work that I'll be keeping. If Cain isn't interested in giving credit where it's due, I'll find someone who is. Didn't she just say she's gonna die? Didn't she just say she's going to die? I'm certain that she did. It is not a pleasant life experience, nor one that correlates with a long life expectancy. This This is just some textbook lying narcissist, right? I feel like she is the definition of a dickhead, because she wants credit even after she is long gone from this earth. That is so vain. Personal log. I've made contact with an old friend on the lab. He is eager to share his findings with me. Message to Sid Mason. I don't know if we've seen him yet. Listen here, you little bilge turd. I will personally report you to Baron if you properly dispose of my specimens again. I won't have the base-born interfering with company business. I should have you thrown in the brig. I demand to know who else was involved. Okay, not only is she a textbook lying narcissist, but she's also a Karen. Great. I can't think of a worse person to be on this ship. Baron and his proctoheliosis problem wasn't bad enough. Nothing functions properly on this floating rust bucket. Yeah, you get him, girl. You get him, K. Elspeth. Absolutely ruined him. They are all interfering weasels here. Yeah, you get him, biochemist K. Elspeth. If Kane catches a whiff of my side projects, there may be a problem. I've told my connection that our clock is now ticking. Okay, honestly, the more I hear about this lady's dialogue, the less I care about her. Also, does she have eyebrows or are those stitches? It's really hard to say. Message. Mr. Cameron, I need you to hurry to my lab. This is to Stephen Cameron, by the way. The evacuation will wrap up in a few hours. Lab operations have concluded and the bell has been recalled. As such, you'll be required to carry specific equipment aboard the Sebastian. I am currently preoccupied with processing and collecting crucial documentation, but I have earmarked the relevant machines for your convenience. Consider this your apology to me for disposing of my core data samples. Oh yes, your friend squealed like a pig when I applied the right pressure. If admission of guilt is beyond your character, I imagine the promise of escaping several weeks of water and food rationing will be an appropriate motivator. And she's a torturer. Wasn't she complaining about authoritarians earlier? PDA Cal Elspeth cloned to the device. Okay, wonderful. Personal log. I scribbled the code to the Chimera mass storage unit on one of the reports, and I cannot find it for my life. But not to worry, I have the research encoded on a data disk. I'm leaving this PDA as a backup should I return. Onward to a bright future. I hate this lady so much. I hope she actually did die. Okay, so we should have the device cloned to this, right? This should also have the disk. Or maybe this is a copy, possibly? Hard to say. What else are we looking at? Report on the skeleton. There's a skeleton itself. Carved disc. Okay. Padded surfaces. Room dividers. I think we've seen all that we can see in here. I don't really think there's anything else that we can do. We'll keep on taking a look around here. Here's our little dude scanning the ship. Body bags. Okay, can we play in these? Can we maybe rip their organs out again so we can have our husband smush them with his fingers? That was disgusting. I don't know what I'm looking at over here, but it's kind of disturbing. The boarding bridge for the diving bell. The blood trail suggests that at least one of the bodies was extracted from the bell when it resurfaced. Can we go into the diving bell?
The diving bell is huge. I mean, this thing can take an enormous amount of pressure.
How far down you think they were going?
With equipment like this, deep. Very deep.
That's my adult name. Okay.
Can you hack that?
Not by myself. Moses, I'm gonna need your help here.
My Charlie.
Okay, thank you. My Charlie. My Charlie. What is this? This is a blank data disk. Okay, I know exactly where to take this. I think we take that into the lab, and from the lab, we put it in the tray. It copies whatever was on the computer to the disk, and then we can use that, right? There's a curved wall here. The steel walls curve to mirror the interior. A metallic cage to confine whatever may emerge from the depths below. I don't think that it's keeping things out so much as keeping things in. All right, let's go all the way around the long way for no reason other than for the game's amusement. We'll jam this disc into the suck hole of this genetic sequencer, because I'm pretty sure that was it, right? Good. Let's come in here. We will put this right there. Nice! We just unlocked a loot chest. What did we get? I have no idea. It wants us to put some kind of viscera in this for some reason. Why? Oh! This is the first bit of the numbers that were scribbled out on the document. So 18 something, I assume, are the first two numbers. That was so obscure. That was so obscure. Like, it didn't take me long, but it was a little bit strange. 1809. It seems. Okay, so I was faffing around for ages. I kind of went quiet, but I feel like the code for this is 1809. Hey, nice. And now we've got this gigantic mass called the Chimera mass. Ew, I'm sure I saw the amorphous blob move. I suspect that they grew this from the bone marrow extract of that weird looking skeleton. Let's go back over to husband and maybe we can squish it with our bare hands. Maybe there's something inside of it. I mean, it worked for the the other thing, the heart. Use strength. No, okay, we can't break it. Maybe we just put this in the DNA receptacle. Maybe that's exactly the obvious move, right? We take this, we shove it in there. Ew! Copying genetic data to disk. Nice. We've done it. Holy hell. I also know exactly where we're supposed to put this. We're supposed to give this straight to Bear. Let's go over to Bear because Bear has a little disc slot over here with the sentry gun that we never filled in. Target data, take this. Hey, nice. How do we fire? How do we fire this thing? Am I supposed to maybe hit this with the big rod? Maybe I use the screwdriver. Maybe I hit it with the screwdriver. Oh, we can take it back. I don't want this. No, it looks like the end of a penis. It's actually moving in our inventory. It looks like a micro penis. Why don't we take this over to Bear? Because I feel like we're supposed to put this in front of the turret, possibly. There were spikes on the door, so maybe we're supposed to impale it over here. Man, I've got a weird mind for this game. These are such strange ways of doing things, and yet I'm creaming through them very, very fast. Let's whack it here. Boom. Oh, I hate that so much. Oh, I can take it back. Oh god, that actually jump scared me. Okay, I'm just gonna put this here and run away. Run away. Over to the sentry gun, maybe. We come here. Engage! Jesus, Bear! Not a very smart Bear now.
I opened the door.
A door? What'd you use, dynamite?
Guns are not toys, Mac.
He has a gun now?
What are you complaining about? He didn't shoot you.
Not yet.
I am a very smart bear now.
You didn't even fire the gun, Bear. And I had to do all the thinking for you. Okay, let's look in here. So we were supposed to meet up with Mum, weren't we? That was Bear's whole thing. Oh, this is Mum's area.
I'm here, Charlie.
Good work, Moses. I need you to override the terminal inside the big metal ball. Can you do that?
I am a smart bear now.
Yes, we will use our smart Bear status to flounder our way through here.
Not safe or happy. Children should not play here.
Disagreed and overridden. Okay, diving bell terminal. It's like a little teddy bear. What is this?
Connection secure. Attempting firewall override.
Charlie, computer says doors are open. I'm heading your way.
Okay,
I'm gonna
roger
hack!
that.
I'm hacking in! I'm in the mainframe! Awesome. Okay, let's go in here. What is in here? Are we supposed
inside. This place is leaking bad.
Seem intact?
It's solid. Kane built it like they build everything. To last.
Well, the seam can't be intact if there is water leaking through. Dumbass! Oh, the door's open. That is a smart bear. We are gonna go all the way down and through here.
Rest in peace, Captain. May your mind reach the Nexus.
You really think he had a transcendence implant?
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Death is not the final step in this game, apparently. It isn't my
Those
world.
bodies. Maybe a shark attack?
Wounds are too uniform. Shark teeth rip the shit out of flesh.
Language, Mac.
What about that guy upstairs? The damage on him?
Yeah, that was something else. Intentional. Maybe someone lost it. You know, went psycho.
Now, I have to point out, why would anybody think that was a shark attack, especially Mum, after she just saw the literal Ark of the Covenant? She just found the alien inside of here. There were photos of it. The physical alien was in there. Let's go in there with Mac. Let's see what Mac has to say about the alien. Maybe he's got some dialogue with the alien. Let's take a look. No, he's not surprised. Why would he be? It's just an alien. It's just confirmation that aliens exist. I wonder if this is the first time that's actually
I don't think we should be
been a
doing
thing.
this. We don't have any idea where this thing goes.
Well, it doesn't go up.
You know what I mean?
I'm not going back to the boat. You can leave if you want to, but I'm staying.
God damn it, you take too many risks too easily.
And you don't fight hard enough for things that are important.
I suspect
Mac,
divorce.
This one time. Will you just trust me? We're all we've got left.
And the bear.
All we've got left.
Fine. Okay. Okay.
The bear has grown on me. I actually really like the bear. And I love this like 2002, I'm playing an educational math game style of cutscene. It's jank, it's weird, it's shaky. And yet everything is perfectly modern. Awesome. Diving bells are really cool, actually. Diving bells allow people to go really, really deep under the ocean. I'm pretty sure I explained it in a previous video, but no one really gives credit to just how deep they could go back in the old times with just a literal pipe into a helmet so people can just explore the seafloor. Very scary. Imagine if they dropped the pipe. You'd be so, you'd be done. You would drown. You would drown if they dropped the pipe in the water. I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at. There's like a green line on the screen here. I thought there'd be something a little bit more substantial. This is more like it. Okay, this is awkward.
This thing just keeps on going.
Have we ever been this deep?
Deep.
Yeah, the crozier was close.
Not by half. That was under an ice shelf.
Deep.
I love that job. It's good, clean salvage. In and out, no surprises. No bodies.
We are deep.
Yes, there are bodies. We've worked with bodies before. So far, there's been
So
nothing.
far.
Why?
I'm sorry, Mac, but you know I'm right. You know without this, we're at a dead end. We won't be able
Are we
to.
underwater?
Just for a little while, Mose.
I do not like water. In water you are powerless.
At least the bear gets it.
That is true. You are completely powerless. Whoa! Look at that! Holy hell, that is spooky! I love that! That caught me off guard. What was that? Was that a thing? Was that a statue? Was that a thing? Are they playing? Oh, it's hermit crabs wearing the skulls. That's funny, actually. I wonder if that actually happens. There's got to be a bunch of hermit crabs in the ocean that wear human skulls. I wonder if they ever walk up onto land. Ynsin, look that up for me and then put it on the screen if it happens. Human skull found by hermit crab. Hermit crab made homeless. I don't know what those sounds are. I think it was just atmosphere for the sake of it. Okay, so this is the lab. This is the thing with 4 words, and what they actually wanted was 3 letters. The name of the mill could have just been an email. Chapter 2? There are chapters? It's like a book! All calm beneath. But for how long? More mystery! Give me more mystery! I crave it! It's loading something. What's it loading? Is it loading dialogue? Here we are!
Warning. Docking bay depressurized. No atmosphere present. Warning.
Well, glad it told us. We'd be dead in 90 seconds in there.
Not just us. If there's no life support, does that mean there's no survivors?
Charlie Mac, I do not need life or support.
Lucky you.
Yes. Moses, go for it. See if you can pressurize everything out there.
Well, there are many, many companies that have literally no support and they're still around for some reason. Anyway, that's all the time I've got for this episode, so thank you so much for watching. All over the screen, you're going to see a gigantic jumble of all of the content that I think that you would really enjoy if you enjoyed this episode. Go ahead and click on it. You just watch the video, you support me. It's literally as simple as that. Like the video. If you like the video, subscribe to my channel if you want to subscribe to my channel. And of course, until the next video, it's going to have to be lights out for me. Bye-bye.